Hello,
Hello.
everybody. Hello. Welcome to Edugo.AI webinars. We are very excited to have you all here. So thank you for joining us today. I am Nicole Carvelli, Edugo.AI BD Executive. And here with me, there is Giuseppe Tomasello, who is the company founder and CEO.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being with us online today. It's a great pleasure to host this webinar about our new program, which is Edugo.AI Language School Acceleration Challenge. And right now I'm talking from Shanghai in China. Nicole is in Italy, and I would love to know where you guys are connected from. Maybe you can drop a message in the chat room, and so we can have a little bit of context where you guys are actually connected.
Exactly, because right now I'm in Milan. And also, guys, let us know where are you from, and if this is the first time that you are following us live, or if maybe you have attended our webinar before. So, okay, from South Africa. So let's see. From
Istanbul. Merhaba, Salim. Saudi Arabia. Nice.
Okay.
So wow, we have different time zones pretty much all over the world. So Connor from is Irish in Germany. Oh, wow, okay. So Ina is in India. Right, so we are truly global today. Actually, the time zones, it probably doesn't allow people in the US or like in America to be connected, but from the rest of the world, I think people in Asia and Europe. Indonesia, okay, Celine said merhaba. Actually, I was living in Istanbul for 1 year, so I remember a little bit of Turkish. Okay, Jose Luis from Canary Island, Nino from Zurich. Okay, so I'm from Peru. Nice, okay. Peru is actually really early in Peru right now. Actually, I was living in Peru as well. I spent also 1 year there. So, hola, ¿cómo estás? Okay, so we have people from literally all over the world, which is amazing. Thank you so much for being connected. I really hope you guys are safe. I know that right now, actually, in the world is experiencing a really difficult moment, and I really hope that every one of you is healthy and safe, and all your families are healthy. I can see many other people dropping messages. We have Stefania from Austria. We have Faith from Nigeria. Daniel from Dublin. Wow. Okay. Yeah. That's great. I really love the opportunity to be talking with people from all over the world. So let's get started.
Yeah, and thank you so much, guys, once again for joining us. So today we are gonna talk about this Language Schools Acceleration Challenge. In particular, we are gonna understand, first of all, the challenges in the online language learning environment and the new funneling strategy that are optimized to help your language school grow online. Then we are gonna put into practice all of this strategy thanks to our Language Schools Acceleration Challenge. So at this point, I will ask Giuseppe to dive deep in the topic and discover together with us this program.
Okay, thank you so much, Nicole, for the kind introduction. So I just give you a really brief context on what's happening right now in the world. 91% of all the students has been affected by COVID-19 crisis, which in absolute numbers, we're talking about 1.5 billion students, which is unprecedented. That's really incredible changes happening right now in the education business. Mainly, the change happened in the past year, already been 1 year of COVID-19. Has been like students been moving from offline learning to remote learning, which means basically that just the synchronous part of the class is now performed using video conferencing tool like Zoom or Microsoft Teams, and but the kind of pedagogical approach is still the same. So still the teachers are using the same textbook, the same curriculums. only the synchronous part has been actually changed to this new channel, this new media, which is the video conferencing tools. But what the shift we're seeing right now is actually going to online learning. So some of the schools are already applying successfully this model, but many of schools are still having like a lot of challenges, as we see soon, to apply this new methodology of online learning. Online learning means that not only you're doing the synchronous part of the teaching online, but also all the pedagogical approach is all centered around these new technological tools that are available. So there is a lot of opportunities. So these actually, as we will see, as we will show you today, actually, Edugo.AI built a lot of tools that are centered to increase the experience for students in online learning settings. So what are the changes happening for language schools? We have a change in the competitive landscape. Right now, your school is not any longer competing in your city. Right now, actually, the competition is becoming global, which is actually a challenge because now you need to actually compete with many other schools. But it's also an opportunity because right now you can acquire students from literally all over the world. And there are changes in the teaching tools. So textbook or PDF are any longer the the state of the art, are any longer the best tools you can use. Right now there is a lot of new technological tools that actually can be used during online classes. And there is also change in the business model. Right now, many language schools actually, for example, have students traveling to their school for like summer programs. And so right now those schools need to adapt a new language, new business model that actually is suited for this new landscape, which is actually online learning. So the biggest problem that we observe, actually, we have been really digging deep inside this problem. We've been doing like surveys and talking with more than 70 school managers. And we discovered that actually mostly all the language schools are not equipped in order to compete in this new landscape. The problems, the problem for language schools is that actually the change happens so fast, and actually it's so difficult to completely change the structure of your school and start to leveraging those online tools. And this is the reason why today we are introducing to you this language acceleration challenge, where our promise is that we make you shift your business model to online and in just 30 days. And this actually will be pretty huge transformation that your school has to go through, but there is a huge opportunity actually to acquire new students. So let me go a little bit deeper in understanding what are the challenges that you face as a school, like as a business. So we have actually identified those two challenges. One is to acquire new students, and the other one is actually to reactivate students who left the school, or maybe actually to try to retain the students that are still in your school, but maybe they're losing interest after many months of not being able to go to your offline location. So for this reason, I would love to know what you guys actually think. So what is your main challenge? I mean, it can be one of those two, or it can be another one. Let us know also in the chat. We just launched a poll, so you will be able to see the poll and do some voting. So right now, actually, we see that 80%. Okay, the percentage of changes are changing. So please vote, so we can actually understand better what are the challenges that you guys are facing. I see actually that acquire new students is 77%. So it seems to be the majority of you have this, challenge on how to get new students in your school, because maybe the existing students are, already aware of your branding, already build this kind of trust relationship. But how do you build this trust relationship with new students when you're not having them like in a physical place, right? So those are actually the big challenges, and today we're going to uncover this challenge. So actually 90% of you are, voted for new students. So we have also someone in the chat room, Lujane. I hope I pronounce your name correctly. Another challenge is to teach students how to use technology. Okay, this is actually an important topic because the easiness of use is one part is really, really important. So it has to be a really natural experience. One good news is that students are getting used to use technology because also thanks to the transformation happen in the education world because of COVID-19. Actually, a lot of students are becoming more, tech savvy, or they are becoming more used to use technology tools. So we can move forward. So it's pretty clear that the challenge is to acquire new students. So today we're going to focus on this topic. So how do you actually acquire new students, right? The way you do it is, at least in an online setting, is to create a funnel. A funnel is basically like a real funnel where you have like on the top of the funnel you have all the potential market, or the potential lead, or the potential students, and then the more you go deep. The more steps you go, obviously becomes like smaller and smaller, and just a tiny percent will actually be able to convert into a paying customer. Today we're going to see actually how can we increase the percentage of conversion and make sure that a lot of those students that are going in your marketing funnel then convert to paying customers, right? So Edugo.AI actually launched 2 different revenue engines. A revenue engine is basically that is a tool that you can use in our platform in order to convert a potential customer to a paying customer. That's a revenue engine. And actually, we built 2 of them, and today we are going to show you both of them. And so you can then choose which one you think is most, it fits, the one that fits best with your school current situation. So the first engine is one-on-one live video lessons. The second engine is language courses, which is more based on content. We're launching a new engine actually in the next few weeks, which will be one-to-many live lessons, so it means like a classroom feature. But for today, we just focus on those 2. Okay, so for the first one, actually the way I want to introduce to you this concept is starting from the user. So it's really important, if you want to be successful in acquiring students online, you need to have this kind of user-centric approach in your marketing. And so we always suggest the first step for a language school is to define what is a user persona. A user persona is a semi-fictional character that represents your target market. So in this case, actually, we selected this user persona of Thomas. And this guy doesn't exist, right? But we give a picture, we give a name, we give also personality traits. You can go really deep in defining all the, aspects of the Thomas alive. So Thomas is 35 years old, Swedish. He works in London, in UK, but he is from Sweden, and he's a mechanical engineer in Volvo. So Thomas is very busy, right? So he's a very busy engineer, and he has to travel a lot. So especially he has a lot of projects in Italy. So he travels a lot to Italy, and every time he has to go to meet his colleagues in Italy, he has problem in communication, and he never studied Italian. So his basic level of Italian is really basic, but Thomas actually would love to learn Italian in order to increase the communication with his colleagues in Italy. And so now that's clear what is the problem of Thomas and what is kind of like his mindset. We created this funnel for Thomas where we call it the product story. So what is the story of Thomas interacting with the product? So the first step is thinking about your landing page. Your landing page actually is made by 3 elements: the hook, the promise, and the call to action. So the hook we put in the landing page is Italian language learning for busy people. So that's actually the hook. Say, oh, wow, I want to learn Italian, I'm a busy person, right? Thomas is busy because he's traveling a lot, is a busy engineer. The promise we make to him is learn Italian 5 times faster thanks to our AI personalized technology. So this is really important that we have 5 times faster, which makes something really exciting for Thomas because the problem he has, he doesn't have time. He's always busy working. So for him, actually, the speed is really important. And then we also put AI personalized technology, which for him is actually really intriguing because Thomas is an engineer, so he's a technical guy. He would love to understand how this kind of new system works. And then we have a call to action, which is book a free trial lesson. So that's it's a trial lesson. So you say, okay, it's a new kind of technology. The promise is to learn Italian fast. So the guy is really interested and clicks on the button. Now it is really important that we make the setup. Once he clicks the buttons, the setup of all his account really quickly, and we bring him from the landing page to the core value of our product. The core value of our product is this personalized review lesson that our AI system generates. And so like the setup has to be like just in 3 steps, really fast, and Thomas can go from the landing page to accessing to the core value. So right now, actually, I will ask Nicole to share the screen so we can actually see a real demo of this platform that we created. So you guys can actually experience what Thomas will experience in real life. So, for example, we deployed this platform. It's an Italian language learning for busy people platform. And as you can see, actually, this is the hook, the promise, and the call to action are here in the first place, as we discussed. And then if you scroll down, you can see some other information. For example, here, actually, the teachers, since it's a demo account, there's me, Nicole, and Giorgio, which are actually from Edugo.AI team. So this is actually a demo platform. Actually, we encourage you, if you want to try yourself, we will send you the link of this platform. You can go and you can try the platform yourself. Maybe, Nicole, you can write the website in the chat room. So the website is live. So this one is actually already live. So if you want, you can go there and book a lesson with Nicole, with me, or with Giorgio, and we will actually teach you some basic Italian, and you can try the power of the technology. I think that's the best way you can actually experience yourself. So here we have some basic information about the platform, right? So you have the teachers. If you scroll down, you have the price. Okay, Salim is asking, sorry, I missed, but can you offer multi-language? Yes. Thank you, Salim. Teşekkür ederim. So yes, you can try other languages. Learning Italian is just one of the many languages that we offer. So depending on what is your target language and source language, for example, in this case, is the target language Italian from English, right? But we can do like many other language combinations. In our website, you can find all the combinations. For example, if you want to learn French from Spanish, or you want to learn Chinese from I don't know, French, or Chinese from German, whatever it is that the language combination, we can create a specific platform for your school. And if your school actually has many languages, we can also create a solution for that. I hope I answered to the question. So today, actually, we just created this Italian language platform because it's just for one example. Right? And the platform actually we deploy for your school would be completely white labeled. So it means actually the logo, and it will not be Edugo.AI, but it will be the one of your school. Maybe, Nicole, you can jump quickly in maybe another school like Houghton School or some other schools we already deployed. So. Yes. Because this is actually a demo school just to show to you guys how the platform works.
So let me just, sorry, I need to stop sharing this first.
Yeah, sure. So we can see actually one of the schools that is already using our platform is another language. For example, this school is in Shanghai, is for learning Chinese from English, right? And as you can see soon, actually, all the school is completely, is branded according to the school brand identity. You see here is completely like with the logo of the school. You have the colors of the school, with the teachers of the school, and you have also different call to actions, right? Because depending on the different markets, you have also different prices, different courses. It's everything completely tailor-made, and this is what we can do for your school as well. Yeah, so we can go back to our demo, so you guys can actually see a little bit this use case of our user persona Thomas that wants to learn Italian, and just go through our platform. So the call to action is book a trial lesson. So Nicole, you can click there. Okay, and so here the first step is to choose a teacher. You know, like you have different profiles here. Yeah, you can choose one of the teachers, whatever you want to choose. Yeah, so once you choose a teacher, you need to actually, you know, select a time slot. Before selecting a time slot, actually, we are asking to create an account. This is really important because in this way, we are getting the email of the student. And then once we have the email, actually, we acquire the student. So now the student is actually in our system. And then you can do some remarketing campaign. You can retarget the student, which is really important. Another student actually can select one time, the time slot he wants to perform the lesson. And that's it. So the lesson now is booked. So, as you can see here in the student dashboard. Yeah, so the teacher, which is me, actually, I need to approve the lesson. So yeah, actually I'm logging in as a teacher here. I'm approving the lesson of Nicole. So the lesson has been approved. If you go also in the chat, you can write ciao. And yeah.
Okay, I see.
Okay, right. So now actually we need to wait for the day of the call, but you know, also there are other ways to start the call. It's really important to notice that the call is inside the system. So everything happens inside our system, and everything is optimized for language learning. So the unique part of our system is actually the generation of personalized content after the class is over. We don't have the time right now to show you how all the video call system works. We will link it to you in the chat room, the recording of the previous webinar. When we actually, in the previous webinar, we went really deeply in explaining how our video call system works and how the automatic AI review generation works. But actually, today we just show you the outcome, right? So maybe, Nicole, we can go to the review part.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so this here is actually what is generated automatically, that the teacher doesn't have to do any work, which is really important. It's automatically generated after the conversation between the teacher and the student is over. And here, for example, you can see the key sentences are in Italian, but those key sentences are really important for Thomas, because Thomas here can learn, for example, how to say "Mi chiamo Thomas," which means my name is Thomas. Actually, you can see here the translation is automatically generated as well. Sono svedese means I'm Swedish. Ora vivo a Londra. Now I live in London, and so on and so forth. This is so important because Thomas can find exactly the sentences that they will use when he actually meets his Italian colleagues in a conversation, right? And those sentences are so important for Thomas, and any other app for learning languages, he will never be able to find those sentences because they're completely customized for his specific use of the Italian language. And not only we have actually the sentences with the keywords all well organized, you can rewatch the video, the full conversation, or you can also click on one of those words or one of those sentences to rewatch when the teacher actually pronounces the sentence.
Mi chiamo Thomas.
So this is actually created automatically. So our AI system is getting the full video, then it's just cutting the parts that are important for Thomas. And then we can go in the exercises, which is actually the really unique part, because you know, Thomas now, okay, has all those sentences all memorized in the system. That's amazing. But now actually what he can do is he can practice, right? So for example, here, he can listen to what the teacher said.
Mi chiamo Thomas.
And then can repeat, right? Okay, Nicole, just go and...
I tried. Mi chiamo Thomas. Okay.
Okay, maybe go next. Okay, here again, it needs to repeat real scene. Maybe you can see also like you can click on one of the words.
Yeah.
If you go to the previous exercise, okay, Svedese, you can click and actually you can see the Svedese means Swedish, right? So this is one of our exercises. Actually, there are a lot more depending on the different skills. All these are generated automatically, right? And so actually the student can practice different kind of skills in the system. The good news is that we can create personalized exercises also depending on your school requirements. So if you have like some new kind of exercises you would like to create that fits with what is your current school pedagogical approach, we can actually customize exercises also for your school. Otherwise, you can use the out-of-the-box exercises that we offer to schools. Okay, you can close. So imagine now Thomas, like he experienced this core value, which is actually a conversation with an Italian teacher, and then all this content, which is completely personalized. Now the content stays in the platform. He can go back whenever he wants. We will send the email to update him that he needs to go and back and review this content, because now we also know what kind of content Thomas likes to learn. And then we want to actually convert him into a paying customer. Actually, Nicole, let's just show how it does work, the paying part of the platform, because that's actually what we want, right? Like we want, okay, now Thomas loves the experience, got the core value, understand, okay, this platform is really easy to learn, and now he wants to do another lesson with the teacher, right? So he can just go and inside the same platform, he can actually buy some minutes. The minutes can be used to perform actually classes in the platform. And here actually you can have the different packages. These also can be customized to your school. And so you can decide the kind of packages you want to sell and also the price. And then we can process using the credit card or PayPal. So this is actually how Thomas can really easily purchase and then everything stays in the same platform, which means that the experience is really easy, which means the conversion rate will be higher. I see actually that there are some questions in the chat. I will ask you guys if you have questions to ask at the end of the webinar, and because we will take actually some time to go through all the questions to avoid to break the flow of the presentation. Actually, right now I will just postpone the Q&A at the end, but I'm aware that there are questions coming. So yeah, thank you for asking, and at the end of the webinar we will answer to all your questions. Okay, so let's go back to the presentation. So we can go. Are you guys able to see it? I'm not able to see the presentation. Maybe I will start again. Okay, so now I'm able to see it. So far, actually, we have seen how we're going to bring Thomas from the landing page to the core value of the platform in really easy steps. Obviously, it's not only the product that you see. At each step of the funnel, actually, we are also sending emails to Thomas. So we are using actually the product kind of like approach, really easy user experience, and also emails. So every time that Thomas gets stuck, we are going to send emails retargeting in order to convert to the next stage of the funnel. So that's super important to increase conversion rates. So a little bit about the structure of the funnel. So there is this framework that is used, usually in marketing, is called the Pirate framework, which is AAARRR, which means awareness, acquisition, activation, and then we have revenue, retention, referral. So there is at the top of the funnel, which is the one we're seeing right now, is actually awareness. So it means actually how do we get the attention of Thomas, right? And so what we can do is we can do some, for example, online ads, right? So we can target on Facebook, for example, busy people, or busy engineers that, or Swedish people, like we can go like in a really geographic, Swedish people that want to learn Italian, because actually Facebook collects all this information about the users. So you can be really focused on this kind of like a niche market and target people like Thomas. Obviously, Thomas doesn't exist, but a lot of people like Thomas exist. And this actually, Facebook also will give you a kind of an idea what is the number of people that fits the kind of parameters that you put on Facebook. Then you have the landing page. You can create it really easily in Edugo.AI, a link to the Facebook ad. And then you have the, find a teacher, sign up, book a lesson as we saw. And then you can buy a package, as we saw, get access to the personalized review, do the interactive exercise, and then kind of repeat using the platform. This is really important because now the content of the platform is personalized to the student will come back a lot. So we saw actually with this kind of approach, the retention of the student is much higher than when you do just a Zoom class, where actually there is no follow-up after the class is over. And also Thomas can become the brand ambassador, because if he really learns Italian, is able to communicate, maybe he can suggest to another colleague at Volvo to also use the same platform. So that's actually how the funnel looks like for Thomas. Let's go now in another example, because as we promised, we have two revenue engines for now. One, as we saw, is the 101 live classes with personalized review. The second revenue engine is actually about the content that you can create in our platform. So we take another user persona. In this case, actually, we selected another persona, which is completely different from Thomas, so we make actually a really clear distinction. So this example is Zoe. Zoe is 21 years old, is a Chinese, and she lives in Shanghai, and she's a student of art and design. So Zoe is a university student, so has a completely different set of problems than Thomas, right? So Thomas is busy, he has money, and he wants to learn specific content that is relevant for his job. Zoe, on the other hand, is a university student, so maybe doesn't have a lot of income, but at the same time, she has more time, and she's really motivated to learn Italian because she's going to study in Italy. Actually, she applied to go to Rome for 2 years. And actually, she already knows some basic Italian because she studied at the university. And now she wants to go and dig deeper into the Italian culture because she's preparing herself to go to Rome, and she wants to be really ready for this experience, right? So problem set completely different. Let's see a little bit what we can do for Zoe. So the hook and promise in this case is different because actually we're offering to Zoe, like courses about, the Italian culture. And the promise is that she will be able to learn about different aspects, as we will see in 1 second. So it can be about the food, it can be about the art, about the cities, about the fashion. So there is different topics. And the way actually the setup works is that she can find a course, do a trial lesson in the course, and then enroll in the course. And the core value she gets is not only about the content, but also about all these interactive exercises she can do on top of this content, make it really fun and really useful for learning. So Nicola will ask you kindly to share your screen. Yes. We can actually go and display the other part, the other revenue engine that we built. So imagine right now, actually, we are doing some Facebook ads targeting Zoe, and we're targeting actually this course page. And here you can see actually we created some courses. I think interesting thing about this is that we are able to create those courses really quickly because of our technology. So I will ask again to share the link of our previous webinar where we actually go in really in detail on how you can create content in our platform. It's super easy. We use AI actually to create automatically all these gamified exercises. So you can upload the video, you can upload the text, you can upload the audio. We generate everything automatically. So also it's really easy for your school to get up to speed and create those courses. So let's actually go and, you see here actually there is La Cucina Italiana, means the Italian food. Maybe Zoe is interested about knowing more about Italian food, which is really, I think is a really attractive topic for people traveling to Italy. And yeah, let's go about lesson number 1 about caffè, which means coffee. And here we can see actually what is the content. We have different sentences about coffee and other sentences, obviously Italian from English, and then we can do some exercises.
In Italia ogni momento è buono per bere un caffè.
Okay, and then I can practice. In Italia ogni momento è buono per bere un caffè. Okay, it's good.
Legal pronunciation was really good, obviously. Yeah, so there are different kind of exercises, so the student can actually go and review. Maybe I would like to show also another kind of content. Maybe it's a long video. So because like this one is actually audio, but also like the system supports different kind of content.
Sorry, let's see.
No, I think this one is
still an audio.
Yeah. Okay, so this one is a video, so you can play the video. So this actually is a video that you can upload.
Un piatto principale è un dolce. Entriamo?
Okay, so it's about cultural as well. You can scroll down, you can see, maybe you can play and see the subtitles.
Yeah.
Buongiorno. Buongiorno, cosa desiderate? Vorremmo 1 chilo di farina.
Okay, so as you can see, actually the subtitles are generated automatically, and there is also the English. And also we can go on the speaking. For example, we just get some fragment of this video. You can practice on those fragments, and and also click on any word and get the translation. So the exercise becomes much more interesting compared to what you can find, for example, on a YouTube video, because now the student can really learn the specific language, and so like the value is much higher, and it can be like a structured course. So you can exit, and then now so the way it works actually, Nicola, if you go back to the courses page and you want to access to a course that you're not enrolled, maybe you can go to the first one, which is $100. You see here, actually, it's really easy to monetize. You just click, and then you can pay, and then you can get access to the content. Okay, let's go back to the slides. Okay, let me start. Okay. So we're back to the slides. Thank you so much, actually, for being with us until almost the end of the webinar. So that's amazing. We cover a lot of content, so I hope it's not so confusing. I know that there is a lot of things we cover today, but one thing I would like to ask you is which revenue engine is the most interesting for you? So right now we see two different experiences for two different kind of user persona. According to your experience in your school, which one of the two do you think is the most interesting or the most useful for your current strategy? So if you guys, there is a poll. Okay, so we're seeing actually, that's interesting. Okay, so we have actually a lot of people selecting both of them, 62%. Maybe we'll wait a little more to see if the statistics change. But it seems like both of them are really useful. And there is a new engine that is going to be introduced soon, which is about the classroom, which means that not only you can do a one-on-one, but you can create a class, and based on that, you can enroll from 2 to 50 students in the same classroom. So it's going to be actually useful for many schools that are doing classrooms with many students. Okay, so that's really interesting because the majority of you, 57%, say both of them. 31% is interested about the language courses, which is really interesting for me to actually learn about this information. And 10% is mostly interested in one-on-one. So I believe that you're interested in both, which is really good, and you can do both. absolutely. And I believe that having both of those engines, you can actually combine them in some really interesting ways. For example, you can acquire a student using the courses, which is actually lower cost. You can also create a course for $5. And then once the student is in the platform, you can then try to upsell one-on-one classes. So there is a really interesting strategies that you can actually apply once you have both engines running, right? But now actually let's go and talk about how do you set up those engines, because we know you're interested in those engines. I think it's really useful to have them in production, but how difficult it is to actually set up them, right? How difficult it is for your school to create what we show you today and have those, two engines up and running is really easy. Honestly, it's so easy that having experience like us, we created this Italian language school just in one day, actually a few hours we created. And yeah, so for this demo of today, actually, we just spent a few hours yesterday to create, and we already have up and running. And in theory, we can actually already monetize on that, right? So it's really easy to set up. One thing we created actually for schools like yours is like a 4-week structured program that you can follow week by week. Each week we have intermediate objectives, and we will actually help you to do all the steps in order to have successfully deployed the platform, and with the final goal of acquiring 10 students online. So we want in your first months, going from 0 online presence to acquiring 10 students, 10 paying customers online. And we're going to do that not only giving you access to the technology, but also by giving you mentorship and help. So let me describe a little bit how this program works. So you begin having a personal consultation with me, Nicole, and other growth specialists in our team. And what you will do on the first day, actually, we will understand your strategy, and then you can decide if you want to go from we call it like the path number 1, which actually to do the one-on-one live lessons, or the path number 2, which is actually to sell the language courses. So these two are 2 different paths. You can decide to do both of them. Since most of you actually say both of them, you can also take both of them of those paths. But we need to discuss a little bit according to what are your current resources. Because I think if your school already has a lot of content or a lot of like already experienced teachers, then it makes sense to do both. If you don't have so much already set up, so we suggest to just focus in one of them in order to be like super focused, and then you can win at least your first customers in the first month, and then moving forward, you can actually implement the other ones. And so the week 3 is then about paid ads, and then about iterating your marketing strategy, which is the same whether you go from path 1 or path 2, and then at the end of the 4th week, you will acquire at least 10 new paying customers for your business, which we know already that is your main challenge, as you already told us during the poll. So what is about a personalized strategic consultation, which is actually something that we can do for you right at the beginning of the challenge, is that we will evaluate your school current situation, which means we will have to have a deep understanding of what is your school current marketing strategy, current objective, but also we need to understand what are the kind of like marketing tools that you are using right now. For example, are you already using Instagram? Are you already, how many followers do you have on Instagram? What is the kind of like, how many active followers? How many times are you posting on Instagram? How many WhatsApp group or WeChat group do you have? How many followers do you have on Facebook? Or, are you already deploying some Facebook ads in your website? All those things are really important for us to understand what is your current growth stack. We call it growth stack because it means like what are the current assets that your kind of school is using right now or leveraging right now to acquiring customers. Based on that, we'll do a SWOT analysis, which means like we will understand what are your strengths and weaknesses in terms of school, and then we also look in the market that you're operating, try to understand what are the opportunities in that market. If there are some empty kind of niche in that market that we can go and target, or what are the threats? Means like if there are new competitors upcoming in that market, what can be the possible threats for the future? So we have like once we have a really clear picture about your school, then we can choose what are the revenue engines that you can use, and we can go with this personalized growth strategy that will be really focused on your growth assets of your school. And then if for the one of you who choose the track number 1, then of course we need to set up the the landing page. We need to invite teachers, so your teachers can be in the platform, create a profile, and then open the time, and then start pushing some students inside, so we can train the teachers actually how to be really good using the technology, how to personalize the content for the students, and how to sell. Because that's also something that is proven to increase a lot of conversion, is the job that the teachers are doing during the trial class. If you choose path number 2, actually we will analyze the kind of content you have in your school, and then we will help you to upload the content in our platform, create a course, and then put a price tag. And then we go for the week 3, where we start running paid ads campaigns to push traffic in your website and start measuring what is the conversion. And then week 4, we analyze a little bit what are the data we collected during week 3, and then we create some iterations, so some adjustment on this marketing strategy, and we'll get to acquire your first paying customers. And that point, actually, at the end of week 4, you will have, as a result of this month, you will have your school already set up online. You will have already like some marketing strategies that are working with new customers coming in your platform. And at that point, you will be able to start scaling. And that's what we want. And the reason why actually we want to build this system for you is because we will train you on actually how to operate your business online, how to have these new tools for new business environment. And and you can also improve your ROI, because the return on investment will be much higher because you set up everything. So the benefits of winning the challenge is that, of course, you have access to the Edugo.AI technology, full access. You can have weekly strategic consultations with experts in this industry that have been operating for many years. In my case, actually, I've been operating in the B2C language learning online market for more than 4 years. I launched different apps and help a lot of big schools to actually get customers online. And the good thing is you manage to win the challenge. You get 50% discount over 1 year subscription, which is a huge discount. So it means like if you stay with us for 1 year, you are going to be able to pay really little and get a lot of benefits. So right now, actually, thank you for being with us till the end. No, this webinar has been pretty long. It's already 47 minutes. So I really appreciate a lot your patience to be with us. So right now, actually, what is the call to action right now? What we want you guys to do is to visit our website, which is actually this website for the 30 days challenge. The link actually is here in the slide at the bottom. Also, I will ask Nicole to send it in the chat group.
We'll send it.
Okay, great. Okay, so what you can do actually in the website is to enroll in the challenge. We're really looking forward to see you in the challenge, and we can do our first call, like will be our consultation call. So you can actually, we can analyze a little bit what is your current strategy, and then give you suggestions on how you can leverage our technology to achieve the results you want for your school. Another thing you can do actually is you can book an Italian lesson with one of us. So if you really want to try yourself as being like a student, right? because you know, I think the most critical part of acquiring students online is actually having a really amazing experience from the students side, because students are the one that are going to pay. And we know that if the students have an amazing experience, then they are going to be, there is really likely they're going to pay for the service. So if you want, click on the link Italian.Edugo.Tech, go on the platform we show you today, book a lesson with one of us, you know, learn some Italian for free, and then experience also this personalized review that we're going to generate for you. And yeah, if there is no, Nicole, you want to wrap up?
Oh, okay. Yes, so guys, please visit our website, and you will find a form to fill up. You just need to give us the basic information of your school, leaving the name, your email, and then we will immediately contact you back so that we can set up this first call. And the objective is exactly to understand your goal, as well as the revenue engine you are more interested in. And so let's try and have this first call together. So I think that, yeah, it's time for Q&A. So questions and answers.
Yeah. So I will go back and pick some questions you guys asked before. And if you have other questions, please ask here in the chat. We are actually watching the chat. So we have Connor, which say, I've already invested in our website. Already it is possible to implement these into our website. Can it only be used in your platform? Okay, Connor, these actually can be implemented in your website. There are two ways we can do it. One way is actually the simple integration, which means that you can actually create some parts, some modules in our system. I'll give an example. You can create, for example, a course in our platform, right? Like a language course with all the content and the exercises, and then just take the link of the course, embed it inside your platform. So when students want to take the course, just click there, then they are redirected in our platform. So that is kind of like a simple integration. We offer also more advanced integrations, which will require actually to us to do some coding, you know, custom coding for you. We can do it, but obviously that is going in the enterprise package, which will be more expensive. So if you want, we can have a call actually to understand better what kind of integration you're looking for, and yeah, we can discuss about that, and we can for sure find a solution that works best for you. Okay, so we have, can I create a classroom with the minimum of how many students? The classroom actually can be minimum 2 students. So you have 1 teacher, 2 students. That's the minimum. You can have actually just that, or you can create like a big classroom of 50 students. So okay, so then there is, you charge 20% revenue share on top of the monthly subscription. We will talk about that, please. Of course. So if you want to have details about our pricing, you can go in our website. There's a pricing section where we describe in detail how the pricing works. But just to, since we're here, I just give you a brief introduction about the pricing. Is that this is a SaaS business model, so it's mainly like it's a subscription model where you pay like a subscription to use the platform. We'll do customization according to your school. And then, you know, since actually the more students you have, the more cost is to run the school, we adopted this model, which is basically a software as a service model, which means that we are doing a revenue share with you. So in terms to be both aligned, actually we get the 20% of the revenues for the basic package. If you go actually enterprise, we get 15%. Or we can negotiate also that if you have a big school. And yeah, so the idea is that we are sharing the revenues that are processed in the platform, because we have a lot of costs associated in running the platform. Which this means is that we become partners, which means that we really want you to have more students. our objective are really aligned, and then we will try whatever it takes to make you grow, because that's the only way that we grow. Actually, the setup fee is pretty low if you think about the kind of services that we offer. Basically, you're running all the school in our platform. Is both like video calls and course creation. Then depends, the setup fee, the monthly fee is also related to the kind of package you want. For example, if you just want to create courses, then will be much lower the price. So just content. If you want to do both content and also video calls, that would be a little more expensive. Okay, so we have other questions. So Parth is asking, is this technology and AI suitable for a school with a single language, or the school needs to have all the languages? Of course, the technology works really well with a single language. Actually, we are doing one language at a time. So you take your school, you decide which is the language you want to teach, and from which language means what is the native language of your target customers, right? In our case, actually, we teach Italian. I mean, the example we show you today, it's like teach Italian from people that already speak English, right? But we can do other language combinations. And yeah, so it's actually working really well if you have just one language. If you have multiple languages, then we need to create kind of different environments depending on the language that you, or how many languages you are going to teach. Okay, so Indrayanto, sorry if I didn't pronounce your name correctly. So is it free of charge to register? Okay, really important is actually for the challenge is, the challenge is for free, so it means we are not charging money for the challenge itself, but we're asking you is $199 that you're going to give at the beginning of the challenge, and we're going to invest all this budget actually for advertisement. So it means that all the budget you allocate, you're going to return back to your school in terms of paying customers. So actually there is no risk on that sense because we're going to allocate that budget for you. And we're going to make it sure that you're getting back more money that you invested in the platform. So there is another question about the methodologies of teaching. So you can use the platform in order to custom the kind of teaching methodologies that are the best for your style. We discovered actually that having you know, a live lesson, a short live lesson, so not 1 hour, but is maybe 15 or 30 minutes, and then having personalized content is increasing a lot the speed of learning for students. But you can customize that. You can decide to send some preview content before the class and then do the live class. You can decide also the kind of content you're sending and the kind of exercises you're generating. So it's really, it's a kind of like methodology agnostic. Depends on a lot about your school. We give a lot of flexibilities for school to select the kind of you know, tools that fits the best with their teaching methodology. Okay. Okay, Parth is asking if you buy the packages with you, the paid advertisement will be done by Edugo team or by us. The advertising fee shall be borne by who? Okay, so this is part of the kind of you know, personalization we do for schools. It depends. So if your school already has budget, that is, I mean, if your school already has experience in doing advertisement, then the budget, we can give it to your team because you guys are actually the experts into the market, right? So what we will do, then we will work together with your team in order to, you know, maybe giving some advice because we're already been doing a lot of ads on top of this platform, so we know actually how it works. But at the end of the day, you are the expert into the, you know, the market. So what we will do is that we will collaborate with you. So we'll give you the budget to put in your in your advertisement account. There, on the other end, there are some other schools that they don't have experience in running in Facebook or Google Ads or any kind of ads. So in that case, actually, we will take care of it. So it really depends. Well, I mean, the objective is to win, right? So at that point, we don't care how we do it. The importance is that we manage to acquire new paying customers. So we will try to find the best strategy that actually will allow us to win. Yeah. I hope it was, it was clear. If you have more questions, you can ask. Still, even though like we're going to close this webinar because it's already 1 hour, we can actually have a conversation later on. So you guys can actually apply in the website we sent already. You can also book a lesson with us to learn some Italian if you want to try the technology, if you have any doubts about the technology it works. And yeah, we're really looking forward to see you, enroll in the challenge and see your school grow online. Okay.
Exactly. Thank you so much, guys, for staying with us, and hope to speak to you very soon in the challenge or speaking Italian with us to try. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.